Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Men of Yoshiwara, Ohgiya, and exciting! We're starting a new route today, and we're starting a new route on my new computer. I'm so excited. Like, obviously, if you watch any of my Sim stuff or whatnot, I got this computer weeks ago from when this is going to post, but I'm just keeping myself ahead and whatnot. So, you'll be hearing while we do this, and if you're watching Nightshade when we start Kuryuki's route, the same thing, new computer, I'm excited. So I'm actually in the process, so hopefully everything will run smoothly while doing this. I'm actually backing up some of my stuff from my old computer onto this one as we're playing. I just didn't think it was going to take that long, but it's an awful lot of stuff, so I was like, crap, I should have done this after I recorded. But also, hopefully the sound and everything is okay. I've been messing with it. This computer's different because my other one has a different input jack for your headset and one for your microphone. This is a combined one. So I had to get an adapter, and I've been messing with it. And we know me, I'm loud as shit. I think I got the sound volume for the game all set, because that's in action, so I can set that lower, turn the, whatever. That's fine. But for some reason, like, I boosted the microphone up all the way, and I listened to an older video that I recorded, and I listened to, like, a test one, and I'm like, okay, I think it's okay. But, like, for God's sakes, it was like I was whispering and you could barely hear me. And I was like, holy fucking shit, this isn't going to fly. Like, it's going to drive me crazy. Like, I spent a lot of money on this computer. The microphone should be better because my headset's not cheap. Like, my $40 headset, okay, this is an expensive one. I'm not spending even more money to get something just because this doesn't have, it only has one jack. And I had to get a splitter. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. But I think it's okay. Hopefully it is, because otherwise that's going to suck. And I just spent a lot of money on a really nice paperweight. Like, that we're not going to be able to record with. Well, not for a long time, because I'd have to get a whole new mic. But anyway, I think we're okay. I think it sounds alright, so hopefully we're good. But anyway, so we are going to jump into Asagiri's route today. We're going to start him, because Kakuto's our last route, and we're saving him. So anyway, Asagiri is a free and wild spirit who refuses to be tamed. He's truly a self-indulgent lover of women and is like a little brother to Takagawa. Me? Oh, yeah. I'm like so excited that like I got my games over here because I was like, we're gonna have to finish playing on my old computer these, but I was like, well, like I can just transfer the files over. I'm not, whatever. Like I don't know why I wasn't thinking like, oh, I could just go on my Steam folder and back them up and put them. I'm not an idiot because I do all that with my Sim stuff, but for some reason I just wasn't thinking about it with these. I was like, oh, we're gonna have to probably play because I don't think, I can just download the game and I can just save the file. Like I do everything else. Look, I had a lot of shit to remember to back up on this computer, so it's okay that I had a dumb moment with these. Anyway, Chapter 1, A Flurry of Falling Cherry Blossoms. The island's massive pleasure district was bustling again tonight. Glamour and allure flowed from the exciting town of Desire. Yoshiwara, for the second time. Much like my first encounter, the glitz of the town burned into my eyes. And just like last time, I was with Musashi, heading for the tea house. The host gladly received us inside of the large establishment, bringing us refreshments and drink. Have you grown accustomed to this, milady? Musashi asked me quietly as I reached for the tray, bearing a generous number of refreshments. I wonder if, each one of these is, a floor with all these rooms, because, does everyone come to the tea house before they go to their respective, courtesan house? You know what I mean? So, Takao's been here, so, everyone technically that goes to Kikuya comes here. So it's, the tea house is, the place. I mean, I'm just saying. Anyway, how could I grow accustomed to all this so quickly? Indeed, this is only your second time. However, I didn't think you'd decide on a courtesan with such promptness. Oh. It's hard to, Anyway. I simply thought you'd have fretted over your decision a touch more. Musashi smiled at me, his face a mix of bewilderment and relief. Is something the matter, Musashi? This is the first time I've seen you make that face. Well, I feel like a father before his daughter's wedding. Weird. Though I took issue with his joke, I couldn't say anything, not when he wore that expression. Silence continued between us. Then I asked Musashi a question, my eyes off of him. Should I have chosen Asagiri? What do you think? Oh, the likes of my views won't get you very... Well, I'm asking for them. My mother suggested that he'd be a fine courtesan. Yet, when I think about Takagawa and Gakuto, I believe a courtesan of high status would suit you well, my lady. And I'm certain your mother feels the same. However, I believe the one who you wish to spend your time with would be best. Really, Musashi? I looked up at Musashi's face. Indeed, I'm sure you've made the right choice. Besides, Asagiri is a popular courtesan with a wonderful room. And this is the Ohgiya, a long-standing shop of high repute. There should be no need to hesitate. Is that so? Well, thank you, Musashi. Not at all, my lady. My shoulders relaxed, and I could feel the unease I had surrounding my choice melt away. And yet, I still didn't know if Asagiri was the right choice. Like, why are you doubting him? You're like, I chose him right away, and then it's like, should I have, though? Because, like, Takagawa, Gakuto, like, girl, stop being me, being like, but I mean Gakuto? Look, they'd have been like, so who are you, Gakuto? No question. The fucking eye patch and the feather boa, sign me up. We knew this. That was literally me the first time we played this. And I'm still there. I'm still down for it. So I'm just saying, I wouldn't be second-guessing my choice. I've enjoyed all the other routes. But I'm just saying. I love my eye patch wearing feather boa having... like, Bond villain. Whatever. I mean... Anyway. I was mesmerized by his beauty. By his scent. And he was by my side during the banquet. Was that the only reason? After all, the other courtesans were beautiful, classy. Ohgiya stood by my side as well. And yet, why did I choose Asagiri? No matter how much I thought about it, I couldn't come up with a clear reason. And after waiting for a while... forgive me for the wait, Spacey. He appeared from the open sliding door with a smile like a flower in bloom. Then, in a moment, like a flower had actually opened up, the feel of the room completely changed. Even though the one before me was just a man, he had a strange scent to them that, in a moment, overtook the room. Unable to speak, I gave him a light nod. He replied with a pleased smile and approached our table. Afterwards, geisha and their attendants poured into the room. Before long, they began playing their instruments and dancing while the attendants sat next to me. I was overjoyed that you chose me, my lady. What about me caught your eye? He handed me a cup and asked me. Just a little bit. My fingers shook. Just what about him did catch my eye? I wanted to know the answer myself. I wonder what myself. I don't think I don't know. I would. That's fucking hilarious. I wonder what myself. Or I just liked you. I don't know. Would being candid be better? Because, like, I think this is the funniest answer. I don't know if it's right. I will peek at the guide, but, it's probably I just liked you, but I like I wonder what myself. Like, maybe being honest is right? Especially because they're giving you that choice. You know what I'm saying? Alright, hold on. That's amazing. I wonder what myself. Oh, you're not sure what intrigued you. Not yet. Sorry. Feeling a little guilty, I lowered my eyes. You don't need to look so down. I'm glad to hear you chose me, even if you don't have any particular reason. His smooth, soft hand came over mine. Well, my lady, I shall take my leave. I could feel Musashi move behind me. Oh, wait, Musashi! Realizing just how loud I was being, I quickly closed my mouth. What a shame. But, my lady... Oh, Spacey. I won't be taking you away and eating you, all right? Worry not. I mean, not tonight, anyway. Asagiri ran his finger along my cup-bearing hand. A strange, near indescribable chill ran down my spine. Musashi, stay here. Are you afraid, Spacey? Of course not. I see. Very well, then. Musashi, how about staying here? After all, she's still a little, let us say, pure to stay with me alone. What? Oh? A shout escaped my lungs yet again. Never had I wanted to sink into the floor and disappear so much. Asagiri alone, however, chuckled, seeming terribly amused. Wonderful. You should always be so unrestrained. No matter how rich the house, people are people, and women are women. Is it not better to be together, Bear? Is that not easier? And not more enjoyable? Can't do his voice right now. I couldn't say anything, yet again. Whether in the pleasure district or anywhere else, a daughter of the Somei family must always keep her composure. Though, it would be fun if I could be as free as Asagiri was. I couldn't help thinking that. In this land of pleasure, Spacey. Asagiri brought his face up to me as I sat in silence. All you have to do is take the load off and enjoy yourself. But I turned around to see Musashi. He hadn't gone anywhere, and just because he was sitting next to me, I felt just a little better. Well, it's not a matter requiring deep thought. Shall we change the mood? Here, drink some of this. You needn't worry about old laws or customs tonight. Just enjoy yourself. The sweet scent around Asagiri brought a strange sensation over my heart, like it would melt. Couldn't describe it. Yet I knew that if I was wrapped in his sweet, scented voice, I would let myself follow my heart, falling deeper and deeper into beautiful depravity. Spacey, is something on your mind? Oh! Asagiri snapped me out of my daze, putting his hand on mine. It was just a little cold, and just a little damp, and large enough to envelop my whole hand. Come, hold your cup like this. Oh! With his hand still on me, he pulled my cup to my mouth, then slowly tipped it over. The spicy alcohol that rolled onto my tongue slowly descended my throat. Then, hand still on mine, he whispered into my ear. Oh, how cute you are, letting me take control like this. My cheeks exploded with heat. Something I couldn't identify as shame or anger bubbled up inside of me. Yet since he was still holding onto my hand, the emotions quickly vanished. What are you after? Unable to endure, I asked him, my voice weak. What am I after? What indeed? He seemed to be both mocking me and thinking seriously about what he wanted. Was this what the men of Yoshiwara were like? Pretending to come close to me, trying to open my heart, all the while hiding his own heart. Was this what a courtesan was? Are you teasing me? Oh, me? Not at all. I'm simply by your side, being honest to mine own heart. Do you think I'm lying? He looked right at my face, which I was sure was red by now. My heartbeat grew louder. Don't the men of Yoshiwara lie to manipulate women? I tried to keep my composure as much as I could, raising my head and looking right at Asagiri. Oh, that sounds like a phrase someone told you. Is it wrong? I won't say that it is. Yet people vary, and they always do. And the same with courtesans. Meaning one can't quite paint them with the same brush, no? Though, I thought that was something of a rule among the men of Yoshiwara. It probably is. But even so, if both fall into the depths of romance, bringing body and heart together, if it comes to that, and in the beginning, true or false, will cease to matter, will it not? I felt like he was both answering and dodging the question. Like he was lying, but at the same time, his words felt so true. I think there can be no trust if you don't come clean. And that's only because you've never fallen for a man before. So how about falling for me? Falling into the depths of lust, letting your body drown in desire. I'll show you that joy. Asagiri, you truly are rude. I found myself pulling back and turning my face away. Oh, truly. And yet, you chose me all the same. Come closer, Spacey. We cannot touch, and not with you so far away. I timidly looked over at him. As always, he wore that easygoing smile. And then he pinched up a boiled bean from the tray and popped it into his mouth. Sweet and delicious. And I absolutely didn't lose all my indignation at that peaceful face. No way. And yet, we don't have to touch. While briskly speaking those words, I shuffled over to his side. Oh, but I will. I want to leave my scent on you. Good Lord. He's such a little minx. He gently pulled my head to him, then took a deep breath as if taking in my scent. My face erupted with shame. Yet, I couldn't run away. Musashi's like, why am I fucking here? He was just gently supporting my head, yet... Hi, good birdie. I felt like I was imprisoned and couldn't move. Yet, by tomorrow, you'll have passed through water, and I'm sure my scent will be gone. And by then, you just may forget all about me. But you'll remember me. You'll think of me even outside of the pleasure district. Of course. Isn't that what I should have said? Yet I felt like saying that would be just what he wanted me to do. Oh, I can't do this. Why did he have such control over me? I shook my head. Troubled, I see. His fingers slid through my hair as he stroked it. And I gently push his hand away so you'll think of him. Let him do it. Considering the fact that we were brutally honest with him, we already said we'd think of him. I think we let him do it. Because we need to be apparently being brazen the way we were like, you know, I don't know why I picked you. Or, well, I'm wondering why myself. And now just let him do it. Let him do it. Good. I let him do as he wished and slightly tilted my head. It looks like you've opened up. Adorable. The words coming from his mouth were so embarrassing to hear, and yet they felt so right. A few moments later, he offered me drink that brought his shoulders to mine as we listened to the beautiful shamisen. And as we did, I could hear a voice like bells right next to me. Was Asagiri humming? Then, out of nowhere, say, Spacey, I'll treat you to one of my dances. If that doesn't have you fall for me, nothing will. With a jesting tone, Asagiri opened up a fan before me, and before I could blink, he was already standing. And with his beautiful garments flowing as he did, he danced. The sound of the shamisen grew louder. Asagiri turned to the performer, then shot me a beguiling look. And how beautiful he was. I stared at his dance for a time, entranced. Oh, it's like his shirt. I'm like, is he like bare shoulders? Like, no, he's got like a flesh-colored. I was like, wait a minute, how have I not noticed that? Because it's not what I think it is. His fan slipped in front of me, and soon after, his hand scooped up mine. Huh? Though I thought he had taken me up lightly, he brought me to my feet with force. Spacey, shall we dance together? So suddenly? I tried shaking my head, but he gave me a reassuring smile. And somehow, I found myself drawn into his phantasmically glamorous dance. This was strange. Asagiri lifted my hand and put his other to my waist, bringing us to a worrying distance. Though thinking over and over that I had never seen a dance such as this, I naturally followed Asagiri's moves. You're quite the dancer, Spacey. Where are you taught? I've had lessons before, but I've never done a dance as strange as this. I shouted my objection, desperately trying to keep up. Asagiri, however, looking as amused as ever, just chuckled. Oh, and then would showing you a more basic dance be satisfactory? As he released me, he stood up straight and waved his fan. Then, Asagiri, balancing nobility and allure in his appearance, began to dance alone. Seeing it up close surprised me into pulling back. Then, oh, you're not going anywhere. Oh! This time, Asagiri pulled on my arm and brought me into him, strong. I slammed right into his chest. Then, like the sound of the shamisen and time itself stopped. Let's see. Everything disappeared in his arms. Didn't quite make sense. Let me go. My quivering voice made it more of a plea than an order. I was afraid. In the arms of a man I'd just come to know. Sweet. Such a sweet smell. Felt like my consciousness was fading. And don't like to play. At that, I could hear the music again. Like time, it started to move again. I was pulled back into reality. Asagiri's utterance brought everything back in motion. I don't. I hurriedly pushed him away and returned to my seat.
What you doing? You playing with your little donkey? Yeah?
It's like gigantic. It's bigger than him. It's probably for a bigger bird, but like you're supposed to put treats in it. But it looks like a fucking piñata. And now he's chewing on it. It's actually really fucking cute. He can sit on it and ride it. It's just too cute not to buy. But every once in a while he plays with it, but it's still kind of shocking. Because he normally doesn't. He's had it for years, but... I sat a little closer to Musashi and hated myself for it. Was I a little too fast? Seeming not to mind anything, Asagiri whispered, coming back to his seat. And once again, my heart started to beat faster. Would I be able to do my job feeling like this? Just being held by him made me feel like I was going to faint. With the second banquet over, Asagiri escorted me outside. I'd love to escort you to the gate, but the tea house's eyes are rather strict. And since it's just the second time, I can't take you to the gate, right? Really? It's a bothersome rule. That's me. One must follow the rules. I've grown quite fond of that serious side of you. I want to make you a little more wild, so watch out. Watch out? You'll need to. I'll have a high-class lady, refined in all of her ways. End up wild enough to surprise everyone. What? But I don't want that to happen. I'm kidding. Though I do want to see you a little more raw, I would say. What in the world? There are so many things you could mean by that. And here's a present. Huh? Just after teasing me, Asagiri took my hand and placed something into my palm. What might this be? It was a neatly wrapped package. It's the scent I use. And since you seem to have liked it so much. It's the same as what you use? Yeah. I hope you can remember me with this. Even a little bit. Promise, Spacey? At near point-blank range, he stroked my cheek. I didn't know if it was the scent coming off of him or the incense in my hand, but I knew my heart was pounding. Thank you. I quietly put the present into my chest fold. Will you share my scent when we meet next? That I'm looking forward to. Asagiri narrowed his eyes in joy and graced me with a spellbound smile. Well, I'll be off. Goodbye, Spacey. He waved his delicate, white hand gently. For some reason, his wave felt just a little heartrending. Heartrending, wow. I lowered my head and left the unsleeping town of pleasure. Chapter 2. Glamour. The shroud of night fell upon the land again, and the flower of Yoshiwara bloomed. My third time here. Once again, I would get closer to Asagiri. Ohgiya is right over here. Someone from the tea house brought me to one of the first-class pleasure houses. Ohgiya, it said in bright letters. Then the beautifully dyed front curtain shook. Its exterior decorations were a sight to behold, standing out from the other establishments by it. My lady, I shall take my leave here. Very well. Unease pushed me. No, Musashi, come with me. He's like, no, bitch. I stayed at that banquet at the tea house, which was a little much. This is too much. Too much for Musashi. However, I couldn't depend on Musashi forever. I forced myself to put on a strong smile. Will you come to escort me when I'm done? And he's like, this is really, really fucking weird. I shall, my lady. I'll come to the gate when the time comes. Thank you. Of course. I slowly turned my back on Musashi. At the moment I moved to go through the front curtain. Spacey! Hearing my name, I stopped where I was. I don't know who's calling me. I looked around, wondering who had called me when a flash of pink ran across my vision. Something floated down lightly from above. Oh, he's calling me from up above, so it was him. And then... Spacey, up here. I looked up, following the pleasant voice. Wait, I didn't look at what Chapter 2 was titled, but wasn't Chapter 1 the floating cherry blossoms? And that's actually, now we're in Chapter 2. So, like, what the fuck? Anyway. I looked up, following the pleasant voice. Oh my god, look how fucking pretty he is. There I saw Asagiri, poking his face out from the second floor and looking down. And floating down from his hands were pink petals? Flower petals? I figured I'd come out to greet you. What do you think? Beautiful, aren't they? I looked up at him as a blizzard of pink petals overtook my vision. His soft, glossy hair fluttered in the wind, covering and revealing his white skin in tandem. The soft scent of the petals gave off smelled just like Asagiri's. Very beautiful. He looked like he was surrounded by flower petals, like something straight out of a dream. And tonight, with someone so beautiful, someone out of a fantasy, I thought of this, since I figured I would see you again. And don't you think a reunion covered in petals really sets the mood? Indeed. I raised my hands and tried to catch the falling petals. They tickled and smelled so sweet. And those petals, blowing away in the wind once they'd reached my hands, were just like Asagiri. I couldn't help but think. Not thinking. Not easy to catch, and even when captured, they merely blew away. Asagiri, come on up, and let me embrace your flower-kissed skin. My cheeks were heating up. I softly closed my hand around the petals in it and smiled at him in return. Asagiri's white hand beckoned to me. His hand, his expression, his movements, they were all so alluring, so beautiful. I held my chest as my heart beat faster and faster and went off to Asagiri's room. We walked through the wide hallways before my guide stopped in front of a certain room. Then, as I slid the door open, a familiar scent tightened my chest. Without knowing why it pained my chest so, I held it as if to keep the hurt at bay. Spacey, good to see you. Asagiri, with a smile every bit as gentle as his scent, beckoned me closer with his delicate, immaculate hand. Thank you for the petal shower. I take it you liked it then. Very much. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's some fucking romantic moves. Like, if you were, like, walking and I was like, hey, woo, trickled petals on you, you'd be like, it's fucking awesome. It's kinda awesome. I don't know if I read that. Very much. I don't know if I read that. I'm glad to hear it. And now come on over here. Though he'd told me to come to him, he moved to the entrance to his room for me. That's when I noticed his hand had taken mine, bringing me back to my senses. And the moment I realized our hands were touching, the cool, crisp sensation of his hand put my senses on edge. It was quite a bit of work to pull off all those petals one by one, you know. But, well, you know. He pulled my hand a little closer and took my other one. We were close, facing each other point blank. I couldn't stop blinking from embarrassment. Yes? A fortune-telling with flowers. He giggled. My hands in his, he let out a high, innocent laugh, like a terribly young child. I couldn't help notice the vast difference from his mature, beautiful visage. Do you mean the flower fortune-telling I think you do? And though I cannot read your mind, I believe we're thinking of the same thing. And the practice where you pluck petals to find out if the object of your desire loves you or not. He loves me not. He loves me not. He loves me not. Classic. Right, that one. I thought I'd try my hand at that, you see. And so I divined your feelings as I plucked the petals. It was quite the fun diversion. And now what do you think the flower spirits told me? Go ahead, guess. Asagiri slid his fingers around mine, and as if the space between our fingers had a heart of its own, it began to beat, loud and heated. I say, that I loved you not! Fuck that! Dude, I'm just here to get impregnated. Fuck off with that shit. No, come on. I mean, I feel like she would say, I don't know. But we know the answer is either I love you not. You know what I mean? So, what would be the point of, I don't know? And I don't think she's, in the moment, sassy enough with him to say that no. With Takagawa, she absolutely would have been like, nah. Like, this one, I feel like maybe I loved you is right. Oh no, it's I don't know. All right. That I loved you is number 2. But see, I love you not is definitely wrong. But okay. I don't know. But I would be glad if it turned out well. I answered honestly, drawing a bright smile from him. In divination, there are good and bad results. Let's just think about the good ones. I agree. Oh, sorry, I had to yawn while I was trying to laugh. Oh, I thought I could manage that, but I couldn't. I don't know if I can. Okay, anyway. Well, Spacey, you see, I tried this divination a few times, but feel the spirits told me love a touch too much. My, seeing him smile like he was glad from the bottom of his heart, I couldn't help doing the same. And though I do hold a small amount of pity for the cherry blossoms, I must say. Suddenly, Asagiri gracefully lowered his eyes. Just why did my heart leap when he did? The thick makeup on his eyelids stole my eyes away. I'm sure the flower feels no pain, but its life is short to begin with. And yet I tore them apart. His lowered eyes gently crawled over my feet, and he released my hand. When I realized he'd released me, his back was already turned, and then he turned around and called my name. I'ma come this way anyhow, Spacey. The face he showed me as he turned around was so beautiful, so cheerful, so nearly glowing, that I felt speechless. It was him as he normally was, yet something seemed different. He wore a different expression, and I couldn't pin down why. The face of his showed me a change I knew I would never see again. What's the matter, Spacey? What causes you delay? Come right this way. Of course. There was no way I could say I had gotten lost in looking at his beauty. I pretended to be composed as much as I could and went up by his side. He took my handle, chuckling. My handle? Are you a fucking teapot? What the? Okay. And down, he took my hand. Okay, maybe hand, not handle. And down into my open palm floated flower petals. Oh, I kept a few. But the petals you gave me... What's the matter? I looked down in disappointment at the petals that filled my hands. Sorry. I had kept just a few of the petals you had sprinkled down outside of my hands. And now... they've gotten mixed up with the new petals then. And besides, I had already taken your hand. Well, I was so glad to catch them that I wanted to flatten them and make decorations. Decorations? Is that strange? His eyes went wide and I worried I had said something strange. And not in the least. I was simply stunned. Stunned that there are still women so versed in etiquette about. Etiquette? I would say... Asagiri looked me in the face as I hesitated, reassuring me with a smile. I'd always liked working with my hands, so I always loved making flower decorations and other knickknacks like that. But more than anything, since today was a special day, to commemorate my time with Asagiri. Nothing. The petals are all the same, right? When my words of excuse left me, Asagiri shook his head. I wouldn't say that. I don't think any one flower petal is the same. How about putting them back here? Asagiri held out a box of plucked petals in front of me. I wasn't quite sure what he was up to, but I dropped the petals into it. Then he pulled out a folded sheet of paper from his pocket. What do you think is in here? He opened it up for me to see. From inside came 2 pink flower petals, then 3. Hey, these are... These are the petals you were holding on to so dearly. What? When did you... I noticed them when we held hands, so I thought I'd play a little trick on you. So he's fucking magical? Asagiri giggled, his expression positively devious. That was terrible. And I couldn't even come out and say that. Desire to pout mixed with a strange gladness in me. Maybe that held my tongue. Or perhaps I simply didn't want to come clean about how I felt. Angry, Spacey? No, but just surprised. You can get mad, you know. I want to know more about you. I want to know the way your mind works, my dear. And as he whispered to me, his voice lower than usual, he softly placed the flower petals into my hand. When will you show me your true self? The you who'll tell me how you really feel. Do I need to? Well, if all you desire is my seed, then you do not. Make it sound gross, why don't you? But I must say, Spacey, you don't look like that kind of girl. He looked at me with warm, merciful eyes. His statement felt like a tiny needle poking at my chest, and I found myself unable to puzzle out a response. Yet, he let out a single big blink, and pleasantness overtook his expression. So, how will you take them home to make decorations out of them? Huh? And the flower petals. You do want to make decorations of them, don't you? Oh, that's right. Could you make 2 or 3 for me, too? Say, no luck. No. If you wish it, I would do it gladly, but I wish to dry out the petals, so might I have that paper? Of course. He slowly opened up the paper, and I laid the petals on it. 1, 2, 3. You get 3. And I'll get 3, too. Would you make decorations out of these for me? Gladly. I neatly wrapped the petals in the paper and put it into my pouch. As I tended to that, Asagiri pulled the refreshments tray in and poured our drinks. Over here, Spacey. How about we begin our night of pleasure with a bout of pleasant drunkenness? Sometimes I didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do, and I just froze. And when I did, Asagiri would, come on over here. Oh, beguilingly lay his hand on me, then steal me away. I went into his arms as if I was falling into his hands. I noticed, Spacey, that sake is not your strong suit. So today, I've prepared a light, sweet drink for you. He pulled me in by my waist and held me firmly in his arms. Embracing me from behind, Asagiri had captured me. I could feel his warmth from my back and smell his sweet scent. Then, he buried his face into my nape. Then he inhaled deeply and exhaled a wave of heat. Oh, Spacey, you have the same scent as I. Seems we're already quite attached to each other. This is just... I put on a little bit of the scent he'd given me last time. This was just a formality. It was just a formality, but... Just what? I put it on since I was going to meet you? I liked it. ... Ooh, this one's difficult. I wouldn't say nothing, so... I put it on since I was going to meet you is the truth. But I liked it seems like it'd be a little bit a nicer thing to say, like, I liked it. Make it feel a little bit better than just, well, I just put it on because I was going to meet you. So I would go with I liked it, I think. I liked it is right. Boy. I liked it.
Oh, you did. Glad to hear it.
He chuckled with his answer. And then ever so slowly he ran his finger down my neck. I shuddered and turned around to lock eyes with his spheres of desire.
Spacey, if you put just a little bit closer to the back of your ears, it'll smell even better.
All right.
Right here.
His finger caressed the back of my finger, almost tickling me. Just before I told him to stop, as if he sensed me, he pulled his hand away.
Spacey, you really are honest.
How could he think that? Nearly everything I said was sulky. Yet before I could say that, his feathery finger appeared on my lips. All of my thoughts vanished. All I could focus on was what was happening to me and the seductive eyes gazing into me and digging into my heart.
But how about becoming even more honest? You don't believe how fond of you I am yet, do you?
His finger gently caressed my lips, its every movement enticing. A heat took to my lip. It took to my lips. Okay, I thought that's what it read, but I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. That's what it was. It wasn't unpleasant in any sense of the word, but I could feel my eyes moistening.
I've taken a liking to you.
I don't believe you.
And why don't you?
He flicked my lower lip. Right after, he brought a swig of sake to his mouth and pushed his lips against mine. I struggled at the sudden kiss, fighting inside of his arms. He held my body down and supported the back of my head. Deep kiss followed deep kiss, and his tongue twisted its way into my mouth. I couldn't resist, and the alcohol that ran down my throat scorched it with sweet spice. And then I swallowed. His tongue slid about inside my mouth as if enjoying the remnants of the sake. A numbing sensation ran through me. Then, as I fearfully clung to him, his lips suddenly pulled away. And as a complete contrast to his hungering kiss, he embraced me with unreal gentleness.
A bit rough, but I had to get you to notice me as a man one way or another.
Angry, Spacey. Just what could I say? I felt a fire take over my throat and heart.
If you cannot answer,
and then shall we proceed?
And that's what you want tonight, isn't it?
His sweet, quiet whisper lapped my ear. I mean, we did with Takagawa. You think we're going to with Asagiri too? He was right. Tonight I had to do what I came here for. You're right. I can't get weak in the knees over this.
You really say the cutest things, Spacey.
That sounds a little sarcastic, but... Still in his arms, I found myself gently pushed down. Fear suddenly overcame me, and I clutched tightly onto Asagiri's kimono. And then, after I'd looked up into his eyes, my own begging for help, I realized what was going on and quickly looked away.
Are you afraid, Spacey?
No, I'm not.
You are, aren't you? The hands you've got on me, they're shaking.
Such a pity. I quickly pulled my hands away, but Asagiri wouldn't let me escape. He held them tight. Then, smoothly moving them into a single-handed grip, he made me realize, for the first time, the masculine strength he harnessed within.
I could take you here and now.
His tempting eyes stuck on me. Asagiri brought his lips to my neck. I flinched, pulling painfully at the hair caught under my bound hands.
But if you'd prefer to wait until our hearts grow more acquainted, then I wouldn't mind. Either choice is all right in my book. I'll do whatever you wish.
For some reason, my chest hurt. Were I to know such a beautiful person, what would I gain? What would I lose? Asagiri... Asagiri, what do you wish? Do you wish to be with me quickly, since that's your duty?
Oh my, and that's quite the interesting question. Do you not remember? I said I'm quite fond of you.
His eyebrows descended, giving way to a smooth smile. The thing is like, yes, they all are, because that's the whole point of this game. But at the same time, you're like, bullshit. You're going to call bullshit on that. Like, if we weren't in an Otome game, and this wasn't our love interest, it would absolutely be fucking full of... Okay, I'm sure you say that to fucking every woman. But I'll choose to believe it, because it's part of the process, right? But, like, obviously in this case, he probably absolutely is fond of us, so... He reached out and stroked my cheek with a soft, cool hand, and spread his smile to his eyes. Asagiri, you're a master of dodging questions. Am I now? I believe you are. I'm asking a serious question, yet you... Feeling sadness build up, I lowered my eyes. Then, Asagiri gently put his hand around my back and pulled me up. Then perhaps I should become serious as well. Shall I slice off my little finger and give it to you as proof of my affection? What? You needn't act so surprised. But your finger... As serious men in Yoshiwara, you see, always slice off our little fingers and gift them to our beloved. And that should be enough to show one's affection, no? But cutting off one's finger is far too much. I think he's fucking with you. You can't! You need not go that far. Well, if I do not, you'll not believe me, will you? If all it takes is a finger, and that's a price I'll pay gladly. I do not wish you to lose a finger, Asagiri. Not one of his thin, beautiful fingers. I didn't desire him to lose one of them. Nor did I want him to feel such pain, such fear. All right, Spacey. If you're going to look at me with such sad eyes, let us do this. Without his smile moving an inch, he took up a blade for shaving. Wait, you mustn't... Yet before I could stop him, he sliced off a lock of his hair. Sculpted candy. Without warning, right before my eyes, a lock of Asagiri's hair had been sliced clean off. His soft, flowing lock lay now squarely in his hand. And as I stared in shock, he laid down the blade and neatly bundled the sliced hair. Will this allow you to believe you're my favorite? But your beautiful hair. And the hair I've taken such care of. And this hair I've grown so long. I give it to you. And that should be enough to earn your trust, no? He wrapped up the bundled hair and gave it to me. Forgive me. My stubbornness drove you to such drastic measures. Again, it's like we're talking about him chopping off a finger. It's a lock of hair. It grows back. They know that hair grows, right? Oh, you needn't say that. I'm fine with this. Earning trust. Bestowing calm, love, and pleasure. And that's what a man of the night does. As I couldn't take his hair, he put it into my hands. It was light. Impossibly light. And if I didn't see his hair now, flowing so unevenly, I wouldn't have known the depths of his feelings. He has so much of it, I highly doubt he chopped off that much of it. And I'll earn even more of your trust. I shall build your desire for me, piece by piece. This time, he delivered a light, pecking kiss to my lips. His lips gently sucked on mine, then slowly pulled away. Forgive me. Unable to help myself, I whispered, looking down. Why do you apologize? Am I not a bore to you? Oh, not at all. I scarcely get the chance to enjoy such innocent reactions. Really? Really? So you needn't always look so taken aback. Come, enjoy yourself. Asagiri held out a wanting hand. When I timidly took hold of it, however, he suddenly tickled my palm. Eek! That tickles! You can tickle me back, you know. I can't? Ah! Hey! That tickles! Come now. I won't stop until you tickle me back. Stop that! Asagiri, enough! Here, circle your finger on my palm. I looked up at him, hesitant, which he took advantage of to tickle me again. Asagiri, enough! Provoked, I tickled his palm. You're fooling around far too much. I bet you're enjoying yourself too, aren't you? We tickled each other, then stopped to share a gaze. our fingers still touching, lightly woven through each other's.
Hey, you don't need to look so troubled around me, yes? Like you are now, just leave thinking behind.
But I...
When you're with me, just feel with your heart, feel with your body, and that's all you need to do.
Would you... Just like his fingers, entwined with mine, would not leave. My eyes felt locked with his, and I couldn't look away. I'll try.
You needn't try. You needn't expend the slightest of efforts at all. Put your thoughts away and your cares behind. Fall into hedonism with me.
Hedonism? You would have me fall to lose myself?
You needn't think of it so negatively. You wouldn't fall. You'd simply be your most natural self, and not stretching in the least.
Ohgiya, however, knew I was a daughter of the Somei family, and if I didn't perform my duties, it would mean trouble for my mother. I couldn't track mud on the Somei family, nor on my mother's name.
Spacey, allow me to guess what you're thinking.
His gentle voice brought me out of my thoughts. You know what's on my mind?
Not down to the last detail, but I can venture a guess. You're thinking of your family, are you not?
So you are. A smile crept onto his face, while my eyes widened in shock as my mind was read.
Spacey, did I not tell you? The pleasure house of Yoshiwara is a world of dreams. What happens here stays here.
But
come, Spacey.
Ohgiya lightly embraced me. His soft arms around me felt protective. And I didn't hate it. I was in such close contact with another person, yet it wasn't unpleasant in the least.
How about we stay like this and talk through the night? And tonight will not be our last night. We've only just begun, have we not?
Hearing his sweet, gentle voice, all I could do was nod. I spent the whole night wrapped in the warmth of his arms. The next morning, since Ohgiya said he would escort me to the gate, we had both left Ohgiya. I peeked at his face from the side, lit up alluringly by the morning sun. His face was above mine, and I had to say, painfully beautiful. We walked outside in the morning, and it was like, ah! So he's dimly lit, they're wearing makeup, like I'm just saying. You never know. Beautiful and different from the luster it had only visible. And different from the luster it had only visible in dim lantern light. I get what they're saying, but that sounds worded weird. Anyway, his white, immaculate skin couldn't be ignored either.
Is something the matter, Spacey?
He is wearing a different thing, but he always has this part of this little shawl with him. Ooh, my mouse.
You've been staring at my face this whole time. Are you that reluctant to part?
Forgive me. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help.
Couldn't help what?
As he peered into my eyes with a teasing expression, I say, I hadn't seen you in the morning before. I wasn't paying attention. I hadn't seen you in the morning before, so... Because I was not paying attention, I simply had something on my mind as like just ignoring, and this is being honest and telling him he's beautiful. So that's the one I would go with. Hell yeah! I couldn't help it. I've only seen you in the dark of night, and your face in the sun seemed different. So...
I see. Well, they're both of the face of Ohgiya, so take that to heart.
Indeed. He was right. That soft, gentle smile could only be him. And it brought out a smile in me, too. And eventually, we made it to the gate, the place of our parting. I gently lowered my head to Musashi on the other side of the gate.
Well,
I couldn't quite place the reason why. I wanted now to touch that smooth hand of his just once. Nor the reason I remembered, in this moment, the warm embrace we shared. Why?
Spacey.
As if he had read my mind, Ohgiya took my hand and covered it gently, as if to soothe me.
Will you come to see me again?
His sweet voice heated up my chest. I mean, I kind of have to because we didn't have sex and I got to get pregnant and I kind of need to get pregnant and we got to have sex in order to do that. So can't just wish for a baby. It's not going to work that way, unfortunately. Of course I would come to see him because I had to. And yet, why? I couldn't let the words out and look to the side.
Oh, that reminds me. Miss Spacey, do you like festivals?
Festivals?
At Yoshiwara this evening, we're having a festival. I'll be waiting. So how about we enjoy it after work?
A festival here? I couldn't help turning back to face Musashi. I knew I should decide on my own, but I couldn't help delegating my responsibility.
I don't mind if you bring someone with you if you're nervous. Come visit, Spacey. I'll be waiting.
Very well. Thank you very much.
I'm looking forward to it.
As am I.
Oh well, take care.
He pulled his hand away smoothly. And as I worried about the budding heat growing ever more intense in my chest, I said my temporary goodbye. Ending my long night, I returned home, back to reality. It was just like Asagiri had said. It felt as if I had spent last night in a land of dreams. And after returning from a world so far removed from reality, I felt a strange sort of yearning, an indescribable anxiety. My lady, are you unwell? Musashi asked me, concerned, near home. It seems something's been on your mind this whole walk, my lady, and I'm a touch worried. Forgive me if I'm overstepping my bounds. Not at all. Thank you, Musashi. So, what is it that ails you, my lady? I was simply thinking how this was difficult. The worlds that Asagiri and I live in are so incredibly difficult that returning to reality is quite a taxing task. Is that so, my lady? I put on a smile for Musashi to lessen his worry. Asagiri. He lives in a land of dreams and possesses a beauty, a fragility that's ungraspable. Did his being itself become like that of a dream? Good lord, I can't with words. It felt strange, like I'd actually been dreaming. Did Asagiri really exist? Well, my lady, you're blessed with a quick mind. I'm certain many thoughts cross your mind. Yet I believe it'd be best for you to simply allow yourself to enjoy your time there. If you simply allowed yourself to enjoy your time there. Wow. Right you are, Musashi. I must get used to all this. My crafted smile began to fade away. I hastily lowered my face and began to quicken my pace. I've returned. Ah, Spacey, welcome home. I returned home to find Mother preparing to open shop. She stopped her work and smiled at me as she always had. How was it? I'm sure you must be tired. I am. Last night we did nothing but talk and lay together, and I couldn't bring myself to tell Mother I had not performed my duty. And since I had forgotten to come with an excuse or a good falsehood, I fell silent. Is something wrong, Spacey? You look rather down. Was Asagiri not to your liking? No, it isn't that. If you find yourself having trouble, I can speak with Ohgiya and have them change your courtesan. Oh, you needn't. I am fine, I assure you. There were no problems. I had the feeling Mother would see right through me and lowered my eyes. My words, neither true nor false, could not have been correct. And perhaps I was not living up to my mother's expectations. Madam, my lady was still lost in thought over the matters of last night on the way home. Oh my! Well, I can imagine. Musashi normally kept quiet, but he stepped in for me. Relief came to me, with disappointment in tow. I could not keep letting this happen. Yet remember, Spacey, you must take over the family business soon, and get to work creating an heir, allowing our house to continue. Yes, Mother. Rest easy for today. One must look after one's health. Thank you. I couldn't bring myself to look Mother in the face. This may have been the first time I had lied to her. And even though I knew this would happen, I shared a night with Asagiri where we didn't connect. Even though I should have been able to do it with no qualms, no problems. Just what beguiled me? What had I been seeking? What had I been trying to protect? My chest hurt.
Since Mother had told me to rest, I returned to my room. I wanted to go to the festival at Yoshiwara tonight, but would I be allowed? There's no way I will. I muttered to myself, but I still looked over kimonos to wear when... My lady, have you a moment? Oh, Musashi, of course, come in. I thought maybe there would have been a slightly better stopping point, but I think we should have stopped before, but it's okay. The moment Musashi came in, he noticed the kimonos I had strewn about. Oh, well, I'm... Preparing for the festival, is it? Though I may have overstepped my bounds, I received Madam's permission. Really? She gave her permission? Surprise boosted my volume. Well, here's the thing. Does she think you're gonna have sex once and get pregnant? I mean, some people, but it doesn't always work that way. She did, saying that getting closer to the courtesan would make matters smoother. Forgive me for speaking on your behalf. Oh, thank you, Musashi. You truly always know what to do. Alas, you praise me too much. I simply wish... And that should something undesirable, something you don't wish upon yourself befall you, and that I may be able to protect you. Oh, thank you, Musashi. Musashi's unchanging kindness brought a warmth to my chest. Relief and joy lightened the mood of the room, bringing happiness to my heart. Say, Musashi, which kimono would be better? This red peony or the purple hortensia? I'm afraid I can't tell. You don't know which would look better? Well, my lady, you look wonderful in anything. Oh, Musashi. Musashi's eyes were folded to match his pleasant smile. He always had that understanding, nurturing smile ever since I was young. And like back then, I wanted to leap into his arms. However, I strained out a smile, noticing just how childish I still was. I couldn't wait for the festival. Okay. This is where we'll end. So anyway, we will continue in the next part. I think it's funny that Takagawa was the one that we just basically instantly, like, first night with him, bam, with him. What? Girl, I was so proud of us. And when out with Asagiri, we're going to do the same thing where we're finally going to have sex with him in, like, the end. You know, come on. We're here to see the courtesans. I understand that in some of the routes she has to be like, I don't know. Like, but... I mean, she could have rolled around in the flowers and done it all the wrong way with a Geha, and that would have been fucking awesome. But... Anyway. Yeah, but we'll keep going on the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.